Thank you, Gabe. So I have to say I completely agree with those findings and implications. As a brand marketer, one of few here at the conference, it's something I live and breathe every day, collecting a lot of the data. I think it's so important to understand the trends, but even more importantly, to kind of anticipate some future trends. So I'm interested to hear from you if there's a trend or finding you've discovered recently that was different than you expected.
Yeah, good question. I think when we started gathering the data, I wasn't quite sure who the top advertisers would be, and we saw the P&Gs and the Unilevers of the world, but I've been surprised. There's a lot of Facebook-only advertisers we've seen. So folks like HelloFresh or like 98, 99% Facebooks like Wish.com. A lot of DR folks we're seeing. I saw there was one of the top 100 advertisers is selling coolers. So it's like this cooler brand that makes, I don't know, these custom coolers for different sports teams and stuff, and clearly super lower funnel, but they're getting a huge return, and so they're, it's working for them. So I was kind of surprised at like the advertiser mix. I mean, we still see top brands, P&G and folks like that. And the other interesting thing was we looked at kind of who are the brands that make up kind of the curve of Facebook spend, and there's no brand that's over 1% of Facebook's advertising revenue, and the long tail accounts for, I think, over 50% of their revenue. So that was really surprising as well.
Great. I think one thing we know of consumers today, not even so much a trend as an expectation, is they're looking for a certain level of authenticity in social and digital advertising. What are some of the tactics that you've seen that best marry authenticity with their objectives to really meet the consumer's needs?
Yeah, good question. I like the kind of really authentic, native to the format creative. So the Dollar Shave was a good example. Another one I like is HelloFresh runs these really good campaigns. I mean, obviously they have interesting food, but they have kind of this beautiful food photography, and then they talk about the healthy benefits and kind of real quick taglines like hey, want to eat, make beautiful meals really quick, or make healthy meals really quickly, and then a beautiful image, and then a call to action. So I think kind of folks really remembering the medium is mobile and people are scrolling through really quick. So you've got to get their attention. That's what I thought. Dollar Shave Club again was interesting because you're not totally sure about that photo when you see it for the first time. Was it something Christina posted, or was it something that someone paid to post? So that's what I like. Folks who are really kind of think about the medium and don't just slap their same creatives in there.
Great. I think we have time for maybe one more question if there's any from the audience. All right, well, I will say, last question then, Gabe, is there a KPI that you see that you recommend as the best measure of success for marketers, or ones that might be overused that you would then steer your clients away from?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's funny, we talk to some folks and we say, hey, like, do you care about the likes and the shares and stuff on your paid, specifically your paid media and Facebook? And surprisingly, there's been a lot of folks who don't. I think the best, and I think that might be a little wrong-headed. I mean, they say, okay, I just want to drive conversions or whatever. But I think the beauty of social is you can take that kind of native content, whether it was something that someone posted or something that your kind of organic team posted that kind of rose to prominence, and then boost it with paid. So I think remembering that it is a social medium and you do want those likes and shares, I think it's not the only KPI. Clearly, we're all talking about ROI. Clearly, checkout is the final KPI. But I actually think those social native KPIs are interesting.
Great. Well, our time is up, so thank you.
Thanks a lot.